Hey newbies, welcome back. If you are listening or watching, I'm ridiculously excited for this artist spotlight. Today we are talking to two of the founders of the World of Women NFT, a complete blue chip project that has absolutely exploded to the point where the day after the interview, and they couldn't say it in the interview, but the very next day they announced a partnership with Reese Witherspoon's media company called Hello Sunshine, which is on a mission to change the narrative with women. So there's going to be television, media, video production all involved in this new partnership, and that is probably telling you something very, very special about this project. Now look, I know you are all newbies, okay, and these are probably way out of price range at this point, but it's still a absolute case study on how a project should be run. And if you listen to the founders, you can hear some seriously deep focus, some empathy, some passion, and some just work that they are willing to put in to make this thing live on forever. So here we go. Check it out. I am thrilled, like ridiculously thrilled, because I have the co-founders of World of Women NFT on the show today, and that was my first ever NFT. And I just want to tell you the story before I tell you guys anything else. I saw Gary mention it on Instagram Live, and I ran to my car. I got my wallet. I had been looking around for weeks, and I was just like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I ran to my car, got my wallet, put stuff in. My bank was like, what the hell is going on? It was such a weird thing. And the next thing I know, I had my very first NFT, and I'm thrilled to have you both on.
Oh, thank you so much. We're super happy to be here. What a crazy story to get a World of Women.
Yes, I got it very, very shortly after Mint, so I'm very happy with how it's doing so far. But we have everyone here. If you have not heard of World of Women, you will know them very well after this. I'm here with Yam and Raf, and they are the co-founders of World of Women. And this is what I would call, this is clearly a blue chip NFT project. You guys have just gone absolutely ballistic, and there's so many different ways we could go, but we should probably start at the foundation, which is what your vision is, and that is to create an inclusive Web3. For newbies, our audience, how would you describe Web3, and why is it so important for you to, position yourselves to make sure there's a lot of inclusivity with it? And we could start with Raf.
Oh wow! Usually this is the question for Yam. No,
We can go either way.
you described it very very well. Like we are on the way to make an inclusive Web3, and basically what it means is like the traditional world as it flows. And this is an opportunity to create a world that doesn't have to have those flows in terms of gender equity and the representation of underrepresented minorities. We are just one on this mission to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And this new space is actually the way it should be, like 50%, 50-50, men, women, and by, etc., etc.
Wonderful. Yam, how would you explain Web3 to a newbie?
Well, Web3 is like Web2 but better. I don't know. No, honestly, for newbies, Web3 is basically a decentralized system. That's how I would explain it in one sentence. This is a new way of selling things, of getting value that is completely decentralized, meaning that you don't need the middleman anymore. You don't need third parties in order to make things happen. It's kind of like the power to the people, because it's something that is also run by people that are volunteering to actually keep it running and working and existing. This is a very community-driven initiative, the whole core of Web3, which is why we think that is so beautiful, because it's people coming together to create something new, and that gives more power to individuals and not necessarily big corporations, which is why we want to make sure that indeed this is an equal place with equal opportunities for everybody, regardless of where you come from, if you're a woman, a man, non-binary, and because there's a lot of opportunities here, and it would be a shame that it was once again a male-dominated space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was reading about just the massive success, the eyeballs that it's gotten, the holders. We have like celebrity holders now. And, I was reading this huge, amazing article in Rolling Stone magazine, and I was hearing about what you just shared in your heart and your vision. And I was like, I know there's a story there. I know there's a reason that you're passionate about this. What were you doing prior to the NFT world that positioned you to execute on something like this?
Well, I was working as a freelancer digital illustrator. Before that, I was just doing very odd jobs. I had different jobs all at once, and I was kind of like hustling and trying to make a living. So nothing exciting or inspirational, really. Ref was working in tech, so he was already kind of like closer to what crypto is and all of that, but not really. I mean, we're both newbies. We were both newbies in crypto and NFTs when we entered early last year. So yeah, we're not like crypto natives, not at all. It's not like we bought Bitcoin where it was low and then we lost everything. Like, not at all.
So as popularity started to increase little by little, and then all of a sudden Reese Witherspoon is buying the NFT, and I'm certain for both of you that once things started to escalate, this is like a dream, for any business, let alone an artist. But as you scale, I cannot imagine how many times you've been approached about, well, if you're all about, community driven projects and nonprofits and all these things, you're probably getting overloaded with offers like, you should go with us because this is super important. Like, how are we going to save the world if you're not helping us out? So, Raph, I'll start with you on this, and then Yam, like, how do you choose? Do you choose to stay narrow, or how do you entertain all the people that want to kind of be part of your success because they know where your heart's at?
That's an excellent question. Thank you for this one. Probably that can help all the people we say no to understand why we do it. We receive roughly 150 to 200 requests a week of people wanting to have a collab with us, whether it's a traditional artist or an NFT project or communities or Web3 brands. And we say no to 99%, I believe today. We try to answer to everyone. I think we do, to be honest, maybe a few are missed. But what's most important for us is we know what we want to do. We have also a limited sized team. We're like 10 to 12 people right now, and we already know what we want to do. And what we want to do usually doesn't involve the inbound we get. And we wish we could help all the people with the same mission as us, or with mission like that's very close to ours, but it's just not possible. If you spend your energy trying to do collaboration with people reaching out to you, you're not creating anything, you're just reacting. And we don't want to be just reacting to what's coming our way, because we won't create value for the community and for our partners and for the people that invested in the project. So this is a shame, but we have to say no. This is the rule number one: is we say no, we focus on what we want to do, and we do our own reach out to the companies, the people, the celebrities, the brands that we want to work with. And usually it's the top names and the top brands in the world. And
Yes.
that's why, unfortunately, we can't help all the community-driven initiative. It's a pain. We are very sad about that all the time, but it's also what you learn when you're successful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I just feel like we have so much that we know that we have to do and that we want to do. And behind the scenes, there's so much going on already. It would just be impossible for us. Like being objective, it would be impossible to please everyone and to collaborate with everyone and do things with everyone. And also, if you have some time, if you say yes to this one person or this one community, then everyone else gets sad because you didn't choose them. And then there's this sense of like, why did you do something with two people and not with everyone? So we'd rather avoid the whole thing and just not do anything instead of upsetting people.
When you said you have a small team of 10 to 12, I know you guys started with 4. This is a question that comes up all the time because we have people who are just learning about NFTs, but we also have a ton of questions of people who want to create. And a team is like so incredibly important. How did you go about choosing who is going to be right? Because again, I'm sure people are like, what do you need? I'll do it. Like whatever you want, I'll come on your team and I could help do this, and this. But that has to be a process as well, I'm assuming.
I mean, we were extremely lucky because our other two co-founders are friends of ours from real life, and they happened to be really into the NFT space and crypto, and they happened to know how to do smart contracts. We were just super lucky, you know. This is not how it happens. Usually it's quite hard to source a person to do smart contracts and to do all of these technicalities that go behind creating a collectible project. So for us, it was really luck to have people that we trust and we know in real life do this with us. Then when we were expanding the team, we actually hired a lot of people from our community simply because there is such incredible talented people that are motivated, that are there for the long term with us, and that have very interesting talents that were exactly what we were looking for. So we definitely hired people from the community. We also hired other people that were not from the community but that we knew that were good at their jobs, and we knew them maybe from real life or past jobs. We've always been really open-minded. Like for us, it was super important to have people that knew the NFT space, that were passionate about it, it, and all the other things were kind of secondary, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you're passionate, I don't care what school you went to and
Preach.
what companies you worked at, if you know how to do the job. So for us, it was always like having an open mind and just passionate people in the team. But now we're sourcing more senior positions, and I believe we will like approach maybe a different path for those positions specifically. But that's how we do it in a nutshell.
You just said the word passion, and that was what I was going to ask you about, is preserving that. You guys seem very grounded. And I know that this space is moving so fast, and I can't imagine. I know for me, like, I just feel like my whole life's changed in 6 months, and I can't imagine like in a year the intention to really stay grounded to why you started this, and then also to bring that focus in with your team. How have you guys kept that passion, preserved it, and made sure that you stayed grounded through all of this?
Well, I have some stuff to say about that. Rob, do you? You're doing like that with your head. I'm not
No,
sure.
go ahead. You're the most passionate amongst the two of us. So go ahead.
You're very passionate too. What
I
are you
am.
saying?
I am.
The thing is that, I mean, when you really put it in perspective, we're a company that is what, 7 months old? That's super young. So, and also considering everything that has happened to us and the rhythm of things in this specific space, there's constantly things that are happening that keeps us motivated. So it's not like we really had to do like a specific effort to keep ourselves motivated, because it's just very exciting all in all, you know, there are things happening every single week. And that motivates us extremely because we see that this is happening now, and just the thought of what could happen in a year from now is like, yeah, I mean, it keeps us all going. You know, there's like nothing we have to add on the table to be even more motivated. It also adds a lot of pressure, and I think that when you have a lot of pressure to deliver a good result and to become the company that you want to become in your head, that also motivates you.
Yeah.
Like pressure really motivates you,
100%.
I think, as well. So
100%. Hey everyone, we went a little bit long, so we wanted to cut it into 2 parts. So we're going to wrap here and we'll pick up with part 2 in the next episode with Raf and Yam. So I really hope you're enjoying World of Women. If you haven't given them a follow, go ahead and follow World of Women NFT. Follow Yam and Raf on Twitter, everywhere you can, and let them know that the Newbies sent you. We'll see you in part 2.